What's up, y'all? It's KB. And for the last, 2.5 years, I've been saying I love movies. So as we bring 2024 to a close, I just want to check in with my people, see what's up, what's going on. We have some people coming into the chat. Welcome, welcome. Feel out of sorts. I haven't done this in a while. Took some time off with the holidays and all that. So it was good to take a break. Breaks are good. I suggest taking breaks every once in a while from whatever you do. Breaks from the day-to-day life, go on vacation, did that. Taking a break from YouTube, whether it's consuming or creating, did that. And also even taking a break from movies sometimes, you know? So um, just as we get ready for 2025, few hours away. Some people already celebrating. Happy New Year to you if you are doing that already. I know it's already New Year's in some other countries besides here in the United States. So I just wanted to check in, see how everyone's doing. So have some people coming into the chat, but as you come in, if you have any New Year's resolutions, goals, things you want to accomplish, and you feel free to share them, feel free to do so. I'm just going to check and see who's already here. And this is an open conversation, so feel free to ask me anything, or if you want to share anything, put it in the chat. Let's see who's here. I saw Emmett check in earlier saying Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, sir. Adrian James, Happy New Year, sir. You're going to hit it before I do, so definitely Happy New Year to you. Emmett asks, what did you do December 13, 2024, Friday the 13th? Did anything bad happen to you? I do not believe in triskaidekaphobia. So Friday the 13th, went to work, Probably watch a movie. Didn't watch a Jason movie because not really my thing. But yeah, that's it. Nothing bad as far as I remember. So we got Hollow Notes saying, hey to you. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everyone. We got Jeff on the check-in, John Doe Juggalo, saying, hey. I want to say a special shout out to him and everyone who's gotten their YouTube channels up and going in the last year or so. I'm proud of you. I'm proud to see people putting out new content out there. It was a pleasure to have him on my channel for a conversation early on. So just keep doing your thing. If you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, just do it. You're never going to have the perfect equipment. You're never going to have everything right to say. You're just going to do it. And the more reps you get in, the more episodes, the more times you go live, the more videos you create, the better you get at it. If you go back and look at my first video, I was not comfortable. I had like the deer in the headlights expression, and I look like I should be holding up a newspaper with today's date. So yeah, just get started. Just start doing it. I am not at home, as you can see. I am at my in-laws for the holiday and just taking a brief time out before everyone starts showing up later for festivities, just to check in with my people. I mean, this is where I spend a lot of my time consuming other people's content, creating my own, hopping in live streams, all this good stuff. So I just wanted to see what everyone was doing. If you're home tonight, great place to hang out. Just see who's doing what. Happy New Year to you, sir. We got Brother Dell on the check-in saying, what's up? Always good to see you, brother. And Happy New Year to you, man. We got Mika on the check-in. Happy New Year to you and Kira. Looking forward to seeing you, hopefully, on Mega Mike's live stream in a couple days. All the best for the new year. We got Princey saying, what's up? Definitely always good to see him. He has been an element in the live chat. So I love seeing him pop up, not only in mine, but in other people's lives as well. So nice and welcome community member for sure. I'm going to keep moving around. I got this new laptop here. I'm trying to get used to it and everything. So I'm just going to be adjusting things. So hope I don't make anyone dizzy or anything like that. Are you going to be ready for the Trump inauguration? I'm not going. So yeah, nothing to get ready for there. Happy New Year to you, Prince. Emmett has a lot of questions here. What music you got for 2025? Some New Year music. I'm an old soul, bro. I'm all over the place. But I have to say, just looking back on this past year, it's kind of weird because I've definitely listened to more varieties of music, including modern country. That's new. And as far as best new artists, I'll probably repeat what everybody else said. Chappell Roan is up there. A couple other R&B artists are up there as well. And Not Like Us, Song of the Year. This of the year, too. Yeah, we are the guests. So definitely ask your questions and add to the conversation. We got Sarah in here saying inventory for the year. Cool. Saying hey to everyone. Any big plans after the stream? I am not a big New Year's Eve person. When I was younger, I would go out to clubs. Being a fellow New Yorker, you know, there were places like Mars and the Basement and Palladium. That was another one. We would stay home, ring in the new year, then head to the clubs in the city and just party for a couple hours. I don't really do that now. I just watch my daughters head out and I just say, be safe, make good choices. So I'll be home, maybe, you know, a little something in my cup, not much. You're on the living room table, good sir? I am on the bed. So look, I am bouncing on the bed. I got this laptop here and I'm just hanging out. So, you know, nothing exciting. I'm trying to go into 2025 kind of mellow. I'll say that. So imagine me mellow. But yes, it is possible to be even more mellow than I usually am. But I just, like I said, I wanted to check in with everybody. People saying hi to each other. No one still made a t-shirt for that. I'm still waiting for that t-shirt. Everyone's saying hi to each other in the chat. Um, we have Shirant saying, "What's up? What's up to you?" Uh, saying hi. Sarah says, "I do hope everyone got everything they probably wanted for Christmas." Yeah, if you want to add to it, tell us the best thing that you got for the holidays, whether it's Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever it is. Add it in. Let's see. Yes, remember the date night movie roulette. My wife and I were talking about that. I did mine myself. Great. I listed all the boutique labels, including my watch list for when I can't decide every Sunday. It really helps. Whether you're a streaming fan and you're doing dead scrolling on Netflix, whatever your favorite streaming service is, or if you're a collector and you're just looking at your library and trying to decide, like, what do I watch? I have all these unwatched movies. Yes, we all have unwatched movies. What should I watch tonight? Let the fate decide and just spin the wheel and just say to yourself, whatever it chooses, I'm going to watch. If you're in a certain mood, make a wheel for every genre and then just go to that genre wheel and hit spin, and whatever it decides on, pick it up off your shelf or click play on that title and just go with it. It really helps. But my wife and I were talking about it. We are bringing that back in 2025. DMSR is coming back. Let's see. Lance Jackson is here. His favorite movies this year were Wicked and Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Good time to bring it in. I'll get back to the chat in a minute, but I do have some different things. As I said, you are the guest. So my first question for my guest tonight is, what was your favorite theatrical releases? You give me your top one, top three, top five. I was trying to decide how I'm going to do it, but I want to make it more the attention on you. So I would say um, my top three. I would say Wicked is definitely one of the three. Once again, New Yorker, grew up going to Broadway. My mom got me into musicals at an early age, whether it was watching Sound of Music and My Fair Lady anytime it came on broadcast TV, or taking me to see musicals on Broadway from a young age. So I became a fan of musicals. I went to see Wicked. I took my wife. She's a big Wizard of Oz fan. It's her favorite movie. So I took her to see it when it came out when we were in New York, and we went to see it in Des Moines. All my family members have seen it, so we've been anticipating this film. It did not disappoint. Another one that was up there for me was The Substance. I would say that has been the biggest surprise release for the year. Yay for original content, let me say that. And I think the more and more you watch it, if you're a person who get into things below the surface level of a movie and appreciate it, you can see it really tells a tale of what society expects of women, and in turn what women think society expects of them and their value. And although I felt like the ending fell apart, the more and more I think about it, it's like, no, the applause came at the end for a reason, not giving anything away. But the movie of the year to me, although I saw a lot this year, Dune 2 still blew me away. I read the books when I was younger, I would say teenager, and there was a certain point. For one, I saw it in Dolby, and that theater was rocking. The bass was ridiculous. And there was a certain point when I immediately called back the book and that scene that was about to happen, and I wanted to see that scene on a big screen. And that moment just like was fulfilling for me. Great sound effects, great visual effects, great acting, great cast. So as many other great movies as there were this year, Dune 2, it came out early and it's still up there for me. What are some of yours? Add it to the chat while I continue looking at these comments. Let's see. We got Mr. Moore in the house. What is up? What is up? Saying what's up to me and everyone in the chat. Glad to have you, my man. Happy New Year. Resolutions. Stay healthy and keep working at my job that I like. That's big, man. It's nice to hear people who actually like their job in today's day and age. I enjoy my job, what I do. I know it's helping people, and it actually helps me with content creation kind of in a backhanded way. So um, I do enjoy my job. So I'm definitely planning. That's one of my resolutions is keep working hard at my job. And health is always important. So continued health to not only myself, but I wish that for everyone. And doing what I can to improve things. That's the best way to put it. As far as, people always have like different words that they want to live by. Continuity is my word for 2025. I want to be continuous with whatever I have set planned. But for this channel, I could tell you, we'll talk about channel updates later, but the 4 words that I want to focus on for 2025, I want to bring content that inspires happiness, inspiration, relaxation, and being informed. Those are the things that I want to focus the channel on for 2025. More channel updates to come later on. Jeff says, my New Year's resolution is to try and always remember how blessed I am. Amen to that, man. It's actually hard to do sometimes in this world, so it'll be some work for me. You know what? Just you acknowledging that is a big step that not enough people take, and realizing that we are blessed is truly the thing. I mean, if you're a physical media collector, you're blessed to have the money to do that these days, because that ain't easy. That is not easy. Um, and there are other ways we are blessed. I had a wonderful Christmas with my family. I got a ton of great gifts, but I won't tell them. But my favorite gift was the moment that I had all 6, now 7 of them together. And for me, that was it. That was all the gifts I needed. If I could have all the gifts and all the movies that I wanted in the world, but I couldn't have the 7 of us together, I didn't want it. So, yeah, it's really nice. And it's nice to see the family growing too. That's all I'll say for now. People saying hi to each other, making tons more videos. That's a nice resolution too. I know that's not what she's talking about here. Yes, I have heard Sabrina Carpenter's cover of Last Christmas. Glad you enjoyed it, my friend. Yeah, that's a wish I have for everyone on YouTube and social media altogether. More comments that are positive. We'll talk about that later on. Fish, my favorite fish, is here. Happy New Year, my friend. One of my promises is to get to you in 2025. We're going to hang out one weekend for sure, for sure. Mika asks, did you have any films that stood out to you this year that you really enjoyed? Besides those 3 that I mentioned, I'll add one more to it that won't be on any of my other lists. And I will say The Wild Robot was really, really good. I recently watched it just a couple days ago. I caught it on streaming, and it definitely was the best family film. I'm particular to Pixar. I'm one of those. And while I enjoyed Inside Out 2, that will definitely be in my top 10 of movies for the year. The Wild Robot was so touching. And as far as family and acceptance and all this, and that feeling of belonging kind of ties into things around here these days. But that feeling of belonging, it told a touching tale, and I really enjoyed it. Lupita Nyong'o was in it, a couple other people as well. But yeah, it was really good. Thanks for the question. More people saying hi to each other. Allie, one of my guests that I had this year, had her back on in February for Valentine's Day. Her and Anthony, shout out to the 2 of you. Happy New Year's Eve to you, dear. I may have mentioned it before, but I will repeat it. This has been a good year for me. Altogether, I had 21 conversations here on the channel, 6 roundtables, and over on my podcast, The Center Seat, we had 9 episodes. So it was really nice to collaborate with all my different guests, all my different members on the roundtable. I had guest hosts on my podcast. Besides my co-host Kate, I had my wife join me. I had an author join me. So it was really good to have different people help me create content this year. So I thank you all. I thank you for that. Yep, you got me. We have Mr. Tony here. Happy New Year to you. Blessed 2025. You are a great man, sir. Good evening, everyone. Hope you all have a great evening. Same to you. Same to you. Everyone saying hi to Tony and everyone else. I don't want to miss anybody. I'm going slowly through the chat here. Yes, it has been a great year for films. I have to say, you know, in this age where less and less people are going to the movies, it was a nice mix of really good cinematic experiences, great theatrical releases, and then also, as far as physical media collecting, we had a lot of great upgrades, a lot of great movies that were never on high definition come to the platform, whether it's via Blu-ray, 4K, and even in some case, we had streaming titles that made it to physical. So I know personally, I was happy to upgrade my DVD copies of things like Bringing Out the Dead and Rock and Roll. I think that Trick or Treat got updated. We want Rock and Roll Nightmare. We also want Black Roses. Shout out to G, Mad Pack. There was a lot of great upgrades and stuff. We got Killer Clowns on 4K. We had a lot of great artwork talking about Killer Clowns. Maxi Funk, shout out to you, my man. Happy New Year. A lot of great stuff that came out. So yeah, it really was for collectors and moviegoers as well. Got Laren in the house. What's up, Laren? Good evening to you, sir. Happy New Year. Favorite movie of the year was The Substance. Saw it twice in the theater. I'm with you. I really enjoyed it. It was definitely my top 3. Definitely. What's my favorite thing about New Year's? Opportunity for new starts. And I think people need a starting point. You know, if you're really dedicated to something, you know, you'll just start it. But some people need that extra push. That's why gyms are full in January. Unfortunately, not so full by March. But you need a new beginning. You need a plan. You need an agenda. You need a new vision board. You need a motto. You need something to hold on to start strong. So I hope everyone finds what they need to bring in 2025. And I hope it continues past March in those cases. Everyone saying hi to each other. I'd love to see it. Boom, boom, boom. Deadpool and Wolverine. Yeah. Don't spoil things. There might be someone who hasn't seen Deadpool and Wolverine, but that was probably the most fun I had at the theater this year. I had an opportunity to meet Brian and Coco. Brian Goes Blue and Coco too. The 4 of us went to see Deadpool and Wolverine together along with Mrs. KB. That was so much fun. So it was a fun company and fun movie. So that definitely was up there for me. Let's see. Finally saw Wicked last week. Really enjoyed it. Yeah, I think the thing about Wicked is that it gave people who, even if you're not into musicals, which I know a lot of people aren't, and you're not a theater geek and you never saw it or anything like that, or all you know about the story is Wizard of Oz. It gave an equal opportunity for everyone to enjoy the movie without knowing all the stuff. You didn't have to know all the words to the song. You didn't even have to know what popular was. You could just go in there and enjoy it. Nerds and Nostalgia in the house. Agreed on The Substance, the only film to make me cry, laugh, and squirm at the same time. Yeah, I never want to see anybody eating shrimp again. I just went in the kitchen and my niece was in there eating shrimp. I turned right back around. I said, I'm good. I'm good. Adrian says, I need to go to the cinema more often in the new year. Hey, that's a good resolution. I know personally, I made one of my movie goals. The thing that I wanted to do was that I have a AMC A-list thing, and I really didn't use it last year, so I wanted to use it more often this year, and I did. So that was one of my, like, undeclared goals, but in the back of my mind, I was like, I really gotta do that more often. And I think I'm pushing 300 for the year on movies that I watch. I want to be like Mr. Tony and average a movie a day, but I'll get there. I'll get there. Let's see. Everyone's saying hi. Keep the chat going, man. Have conversations in the chat. About 14 minutes until the new year for you. Oh, he's talking to someone over in the UK. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Dell says, Love Lies Bleeding, Inside Out 2, Wicked, many more I need to see. Yeah, me too. What I did was, once the holiday season rolled around, the great thing about December is it's a great time to catch up. A lot of things that you missed during the year is available on streaming, or you can pick up the physical copies. And I just did that. Instead of like just strictly watching holiday movies, I watch a couple of alternate holiday movies, or what we call the non-Christmas movies. So I watch my Die Hard, Batman Returns. I threw in Tangerine, Long Kiss Goodnight. And then I said, you know what? I'm just going to focus on some 2024 movies that I missed just to catch up. I really wanted to get to 300. I'm going to fall short. But like within the last, let me look on the letterbox here. Within the last week or so, I caught up on Speak No Evil, The Wild Robot, as I mentioned, Conclave, Gladiator 2. I went to see Nosferatu twice. I watched Terrifier 3 again. Honora, saw that. Thelma, and Superman, the Christopher Reeve story. I watched that on the plane coming back from vacation. So it was really good to catch up on 2024. Like I said, it was a great year. And Love Lies Bleeding, that's one I need to give another chance to. I didn't really appreciate it too much when I went to see it. I went to A24 screening of it, but I think I'm going to turn around and just pick up the A24 disc and check it out again. Let's see. We got Cody in the house. What's up, dude? Saying what's up to everyone, and his famous saying, don't forget to roundhouse kick that like button. Appreciate you, man. Happy New Year to you as well. Yeah, consistency. That is a great word for the year. I mean, we're not saying go hard, do a million things. Pick one or two things and just be consistent about it. I don't care if you're trying to be a better parent, be a consistent better parent. You're trying to watch, a certain amount of movies in a month, be consistent about it. And the whole thing is you don't look at it from a whole scale, you look at it from a minute scale, and you just try to do as much as you can, as little as you can. And that's how consistency builds. You want to get into working out, you don't say I'm going to work out like 50 times in, the month. Say I'm going to work out twice this week. Next week I'm going to work out 3 times. And you just build your consistency from there. It's a great word to go by. People saying hi to each other. Love it, love it, love it. Boom, boom, boom. All about the positivity and aligning ourselves with more of it in the new year. Yeah, man. You got to do it. You got to do it. It's too much negativity in the world. And I'm not talking about anything in particular. Just you got to worry about what you bring to the table. And if you are responding to the negativity, you're not bringing positivity. Do what you got to do, but do it in a positive light. That's for sure. I swore I just saw a Superman album in here somewhere. There he is. Kal-El Daly. God bless you, bro. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, he says to everyone. Good to see you. Favorite New Year's movie? Well, I tell you what, it's not that Happy New Year's movie. I am not a fan of those movies where there's 50, 11 different stories and then they all convene at the end. I hate those movies. I think it's a waste of great casting. I don't have a favorite New Year's movie. I'll probably say Strange Days. I do enjoy that movie, and that takes place on New Year's Eve. So I do like Strange Days. So let's go with that answer. Um, let's do this. Let's bring up another banner here. I know some of you are adding your theatrical releases. We'll continue, but I'll give you a new one to consider. It's not everyone's favorite genre, but it definitely was the genre that had the biggest year in 2024. So, what were your favorite horror releases of the year? You give me one, give me three, give me five. Just tell me. Add it in the chat. What was your favorite horror releases of the year? For me, I would say my favorite horror releases of the year, we already spoke about The Substance. I will add to that two more. Oddity. Not enough people know about Oddity. Go get it on Blu-ray if you're a collector. Find it on streaming if you can, or do a VOD if you're into that. But it's a nice little tale. I checked it out at Panic Fest, the film festival I go to every year in Kansas City here in April, late March. It's going to be late March in 2025. Got my pass. Nice little story, but it surprised me with how well it was done. And sometimes there's a movie that even if you could see, let's say you know who the killer is before the movie ends, or you could see how it's going to end up and you still enjoy it. Oddity was one of those for me. So if you haven't checked out Oddity, that's my recommendation of the night. Check out Oddity. And I'm a big fan of the clowns, so Terrifier 3, man. Terrifier 3, not only did it break records, it broke, I would dare say, it broke code. It broke code as far as horror movie standards and tropes. And when I say tropes, I don't mean that in a negative way, just things that we expect from a horror movie. And, sometimes there's like a limit. This movie didn't have a limit. And what it did was it set up for another movie or two. So, we're getting it. It made too much money not to. And I'm not saying that art is up there with, Jason and Freddy and Michael and Leatherface and all that. I'm not putting him on the Mount Rushmore, but it's fun to have a new slasher that you could follow. I mean, think about it. All those people I just mentioned have been around since the 80s and really haven't been too popular since the 2000s. It's nice to have a new slasher. As a slasher fan, it's nice to have a new slasher. So, Terrifier 3, bring them on more. Hi, Laurie. Hi. Let's see. Who else is here? Add them to the chat. You had a great year on your channel. Thank you, sir. Thank you. This channel is important to me. I have to say, there are nights when I'm sitting there and I want to do a live stream more. I'm coming up with content ideas, and it's very easy to see, well, who is this for? It should be for you first and foremost. You create content because you have something to share, or you have, in my case, a conversation with someone you want to have a discussion with to talk about movies. If there's anything we all have in common, the thing that we're here for is our love for movies. That's why I call myself that, is because I'm just saying, me too. KB loves movies too. But I want to have more conversations. 21 is like not even half my goal. And I want to expand the platform to different platforms. And like I said, I'll talk about channel updates more, but encouragement is a big thing. And I thank you for that. And from the beginning, you've been an inspiration to me and my channel. You continue to be man to man. So I thank you. Hi, Check. Mr. Tony just told me I had a great year on my channel.
Nice. Thank you.
Let's see.
I'm going to cards now.
Oh, See you next year.
Yeah.
Give me a sec. My favorite job in the world, being a dad. Sarah, I do enjoy your channel and your collection. Thank you. I appreciate that. And Tony as well. People saying hi to each other. Jess Moody. Is that Steve? Saying hi there. Hello, hello. Strange Darling, a film from 2024, stands out. I still haven't seen that. Nice. I have a top 10 video of my favorite and worst films coming out in next week. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to that. I spent some time going through everyone's top 10 lists, you know, even like the bigger people, the Stuckmans, the Jeremy Johns, and all that stuff. But also, if you posted anything about your favorite this, your favorite that, I gave it a watch, I gave it a like, because I love, especially this time of year, I love watching. It's like a culmination of content, because as movie lovers, we watch a lot of stuff, and that means we watch a lot of crap. So it's nice to see the the good stuff get some love. So I look forward to that, sir. So glad we got Hush and Physical. I still didn't get my copy. I got to put in my order. There's a couple of movies that, like, I had some vacations coming up, so I kind of chilled on the purchases. I can tell you that's going to be one of my New Year's resolutions, is cutting back on the purchases, not because of any reason, but just to appreciate what I already have. Um, if it's something that's boutique and I won't be able to get it in 6 months, or steelbook that I really want, like I just saw the Wicked one today, and I was already, oh, I'll be cool with the slip, but that steelbook is calling me already. So if it's something like that, I'll probably get it up front. Other things, I'm just gonna wait, not because I have to, but just because there's so much stuff to discover on those shelves that I already have. So I'm going to put a focus on that for sure. But Hush is in my cart right now. Funny enough, Blair Witch Project. I I knew about it before most of you. I'll just leave it at that. I knew about it. Who was putting it out? Got it from the man himself. I didn't get my copy. I didn't get my chunky box set. I don't think I can anymore. So, hey, anyone got an extra copy of that? Let me know. We are adding our favorite horror releases to the chat. If you're just coming in, feel free to add it on. Movie Hunter, talking about the Steelbooks next. Good evening. Happy New Year to you, sir. We also got Eddie's Films and Stuff. Happy New Year's to you too, brother. Blessings. All the best for you and your fam in 2025. Let's see. Continuing down. Thank you, everyone who's popping in the chat. Everyone who's lurking. What's up? Even on the replay. Thank you for checking it out. Feel free to leave a like and a comment. All that good stuff. Scrolling through the chat, I didn't want to miss saying hi to my friend Adrian James. Yes, sir. Who do we need to see more in 2025 on the conversation? Adrian James or Holland? Answers in the chat. Trying to get to 900 subscribers. I'm trying to get to 1,000. But either way, I'm trying to get people who come back, because you could have 10,000 subscribers. If you don't have people coming back to check out your content, doesn't matter. Quality over quantity. That's what I say. We got Dimension Scott in the house, having some tacos. I like that. I think we got some taquitos out there. Smell something. Let's see. Seen a lot of good things on streaming this year that never got a physical media release. Yeah, that's why I'm happy to see things like Hush come out, because the problem right now with streaming is if it's not making numbers, they'll just take it right off. And the thing is, not everything is getting the nice little warning like on Netflix when it says this title leaving December 31st, 2024. You're not seeing that for everything. And, if you're saying, oh, I'm going to watch Willow when I get a chance, now Willow's gone. So if you don't catch something when it first comes out, same thing with physical media sometimes. If you don't catch something when it first comes out, you're going to have to pay a pretty penny for it, or you're not going to be able to catch it at all. So unfortunately, that's just the way it's going these days with movies. People giving props to each other. I love to see that. Loving the love, loving the love. Watched lots of 2024 movies since Thanksgiving. Great time to catch up. It is. It is. Look at Jeff go. I watched 409 movies. Should I try and squeeze in one more? Definitely. Definitely. If you want to do the Avengers thing, there's a certain time you could start the movie and then Tony Stark will snap right at midnight. It's a beautiful thing. But definitely get one more in. Nice even number. Let's see. Love all the comments and the content. Yes. Happy New Year for the UK. Fireworks going off here. It is past 6:00. So yes. Happy New Year to all my UK brethren. Love to see it. Love to see it. All the best for 2025. It's going to be a great year for everyone. Crash. All those stories come together. You know what? I appreciated Crash when it first came out. It doesn't replay well. And I'm saying that as someone who bought the DVD when it first came out. And I watched it again. And I was like, ugh. Why did I like this again? Babel. Another one. Played well in the theater. Got it at home. It's a me thing. It's not the story. It's just a me thing. Those movies just don't do it for me. Don't do it for me. Here's some horror choices. Favorite horror movie of the year. Abigail. All right. I loved Abigail. I just wish they would have gave us less in the trailer. This year there were a couple of movies like that. Speak No Evil. The only reason I didn't watch it is because I'm like, I saw that trailer for close to 3 months. I think I saw everything that I need to see in that trailer. The only thing I wanted to see in addition to that was more of James McAvoy, which I saw when I watched the movie. He was spectacular. Just some great acting performances this year that you expect from the person, but they reminded you in the role. He's one. Hugh Grant in Heretic, another one. Great. He carried that movie. He really did. And the one that I would say no one expected is Shia LaBeouf in Megalopolis. Someone was asking me about Megalopolis the other day, and I was like, it was hot trash in a masterpiece. And my review of that basically is like this. Whatever rating you want to give it, 0, half stars, all the way to 5 stars, you're absolutely correct. Because that movie was everything and it was nothing. It was spectacular and it was garbage. All mixed up in one. And it just lets you know that Coppola is so out of touch with the movie-going experience these days. He has no idea what he's doing. Great director, but doesn't know what the movie-going audience wants. But then again, most studios are on that beat too. Physical, Nightmare on Elm Street. Freddy's my man. I was so happy to see that come out. So happy I didn't even buy the US version. I went right to the UK and I got the steelbook in the thick box. That probably one of my favorite releases, but we'll talk about that. Oddity was so good and so creepy. I loved it. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Oddity definitely made our top 10 list for the year. One of our favorites. Yep. Abigail is my number one. Haven't seen much of this year's horror yet. This was a great year for horror, and I would even go even further and say it was a great year for female-led horror. So if early months 2025, definitely get it in there. Get some good 2024 horror movies because there was a lot to choose from. A lot. We got Susan in the house. Movies and Stu. What's up, girl? The Substance, Nosferatu, Terrifier 3, Strange Darling, another one for Strange Darling, Heretic. Great top five. Great top five. Nosferatu, everything that I expected an Eggers movie to be, dark, murky, folksy, gothic. Um, you could definitely see his love for the silent Murnau film and definitely for the Herzog remake. You could see that in there. You could see his love for both the Bram Stoker original book and also for the various versions of Nosferatu. So you could tell it's almost like when you have a artist of any type, painting, sculpting, whatever. There's a certain point you need to let go of your project and turn it over to the public. This has been a passion project for him for like 7 years, and he's been trying to do it for even longer. It didn't go anywhere. It was great, but it didn't go anywhere. Like someone said, I think it was In Love with Horror. They wanted some rise in action to it. They wanted it to go somewhere. It's not really that kind of story to begin with. So it's not your typical horror movie, but technically great, visually great, sound. I know, I've seen the different jokes about the appearance of Skarsgård, but damn, he was good in that too. He was good in that. Cody asks, has anyone seen the movie Sting? I enjoyed that little movie. Yes. Panic Fest, that was a movie that they showed on opening night. They open and close with spider movies. I thought that was peculiar and kind of unique. So opening night, they showed Sting, which was fun. And then on closing night, they showed Infested, which was creepy and also a little political at the end. But yeah, I had fun with both of them. And I know someone like Susan would not be watching either one of those because she has arachnophobia. Happy New Year, girl. Let's see people saying hi to each other. A lot of love for Abigail. I'd love to see this. It was. Abigail was a fun little movie. I I it's just I knew too much before I went into it. And that's the problem with social media and trailers these days. It's like I want to go in blind. Like as much love as everyone's giving Strange Darling, I don't want to know anything about it. I don't know anything about it. And when I watch it, I won't know anything about it. And I can't wait to watch it for that very reason. Let's see. Talk about oddity. Conversations back and forth. There we go. I was waiting for somebody to bring this up. Late Night with the Devil is my favorite horror release of the year. I haven't seen Nosferatu yet, so it could change. Late Night with the Devil was a fun experience. It was also a confusing experience. I'll tell you why. It was a fun experience to watch a movie. It was a confusing experience as a physical media collector to decide which one I wanted to get. I ended up with the second site, but if possible, I would have gotten all of them just to get all the features, all the stuff, because I enjoyed that movie. Perfect? No. Fun? Definite. Definite. Loving all the conversations. There's someone else I enjoy getting to know a lot better this year. Wilkie's Movies and Music. Love you, man. Thank you for your support you've given. Means the world. Wishing you and your family a happy, safe, amazing, happy New Year. Thank you, sir. Same to you and yours. It was not only fun to have you on the conversation, it was great to meet you. You are genuine. That's the one word I would use for you. You are genuine. Just from watching your channel, checking in. Sometimes I'd be working and you have your lunchtime live chat going, and I got to tune in. There were a couple of people that had like daytime chats, and I'm working, and I'm like, I got to check in. You're one. Tracy from Nerdy Film Girls, another one. Of course, Huck with his Tuesday morning. I just love checking in with my people and supporting, because that's what we need to do in this community. We definitely need to support each other more. And sorry for using the dreaded community word, but I don't care. Let's see. Oh, he got tired of being another Steve. You're not just another Steve, but I do like the new name. Bah. Oh, you didn't know Hush got a physical media release? A Scream Factory, bro. You got to pick that up. And it even has a different version of it called a Shush Cut, where they remove some of the non-diegetic, well, the diegetic music, really, and just supposed to add to the creep factor. I think it's also black and white. Somebody confirm. I didn't get my copy yet. So tell Dell about the Shush Cut. And if you already got the 4K, just tell us about it, how good it is. Let's see. The Purge, Cabin in the Woods, Oddity for Christmas, Volume 1 and 2 of Paramount Scares. That was a great deal for Paramount Scares box set. I picked up the first one. I didn't get the second one. But that thing came down to like $47. I mean, as someone who has kind of moved away from day one purchases, I know somebody's pissed that, it was basically going for half price by the end of the year. But it it's a great addition, and I liked all the movies in there. I was about to get Sweeney Todd 4K by itself, and it was like $28, and I was like $28 for one or 47 for that and four other movies. So I went with that one. Tonight's New Year's Eve will be Poseidon Adventure. Awesome, good one. Someone was just talking about that movie the other day too. So good choice. One of my dear friends are in here. What is up, Kelly? Happy New Year, friend. Happy New Year to you. And also to Alex, the whole family. You continue to be a dear friend. I will see you definitely, if not before, in March, because I know you're going to be doing Panic Fest, and I got my pass, so I'll be there. Love seeing you. We got a Boink Bot spreading love. Awesome. Check out horror videos, find some best movies I do channel. Awesome. Adrian, what's the first movie you're going to watch in the new year? Good question. Before I left the house, I had, what did I have there? I think I'm going to dip into some of my Criterion 4Ks that I recently got. Things like Shape of Water, Paper Moon, but the one I saw that I left right in front of my player was Scarface, the Paul Mooney one. So I'm definitely gonna check that out. So maybe I'll be the first one when I get home, or something with my wife on streaming. Tony wants to see both Adrian James and Hall & Oates. Make it happen, fellas. Who's gonna be first? I honestly want to have both of you on together, because usually you see one, you see the other. I think it's cool how you both enter the chat almost simultaneously. So I don't know. Maybe we could get something together in 25. But I want you both on the conversation. That's for sure. Let's see. If you took the chunky box set of Blair Witch Project and sit in the corner, would it be just as good as the movie? It might be better. You never know. I had an opportunity to not only watch the 25th anniversary restoration of the movie with Eduardo Sanchez, the co-writer and director, and Michael C. Williams, with who was one of the stars of the movie. Great guys. That was back in April at Panic Fest, and got their autographs on my pass. So it was great to meet them and great to spend time together, just hanging out. Something that we get at that festival that you don't get at cons is a chance to actually hang out, grab a drink with these people, just treat them like normal people. I don't like geek out and do the whole fanatic thing. That's what fans is short for, fanatics. So I don't know. I would love a conversation with you, KB. Hit me up on Instagram. We're going to make this happen. Yes. The year in film was a blur to me. What's your favorite, girl? You saw a lot of movies, because I know you hit up the movies a lot. What was your favorite? That's what I want to know. Dimension Scott. I watched Joker 2 for the first time. I'm not good at judging really hard, but who on here has seen it? I think a lot of people have seen it. I've seen it, and I really feel we'll never know truth. But the director, writer, Todd Phillips, I think he really did not want to do this movie. I think he made the first one as kind of like a statement against like all the superhero movies, and he was surprised by the success, even to the point that Joaquin won the Oscar. And he said initially he would never do a sequel, but you throw enough money, you know. So I really feel, and this is just a personal opinion. I just the way it moved, the way the movie was, it looked awesome. I saw it in IMAX. It looked beautiful. But the way it was done, I really feel he was giving the middle finger to the studios, saying, I really didn't want to do this, but you asked for it, you're going to get it. So, yeah. I'm going to pause right here. Let's move on to the next one here. We had a question here that was admitted before from Tiana Loves Movies. She asks, what's your favorite physical release of the year? And that's going to be the next couple of questions. So I'm going to start off by answering her question, and then we'll pop up. But I'll just pop up with this first, then I'll answer her question. So next thing to put in the chat, favorite studio physical media release. So that's something from your Warner Brothers, your Paramounts, your Sonys, not your boutiques, just your regular old, like your Furiosas and all that. What was your favorite studio physical media release? 1, 3, top 5. Any way you want to answer it. But now back to T's question. My favorite physical release of the year. Once again, I'm biased. I've been a fan of Nightmare on Elm Street since 1985, 1986, when I first saw A Nightmare on Elm Street. Freddy's my favorite slasher. So to get the 4K, after seeing that 4K transfer twice, I've already seen that transfer twice. I saw it in April with Heather Langenkamp sitting right next behind me. It was so cool. She was right behind me. So after seeing it twice in the theater, which is the proper way to see that movie, it was really cool to be able to watch it at home, not on the excellent DVD box set, not on the not so excellent Blu-ray, but on a 4K release. And I enjoyed the transfer. I enjoyed the presentation, the packaging, the steelbook, all that stuff. So that was, for nostalgia reason, my physical release of the year. They were better. They were bigger. You could keep your Super Mario Brothers bad movie in a big box set. I don't care about that. I got Freddy on 4K. That's all I care about. And if the rumors are true, I'll get the rest pretty soon. But back to studio releases. Favorite studio releases of the year. For me, there were a lot. One of the last conversations I did was with the couple from Perk Damage. Adam, works for Jimmy Kimmel. He's a camera utility guy. And she, Charlotte, works for Paramount. And she's in film restoration. And she also had a successful year. Shout out to the two of them. Great couple. I'm in love with them. And some of the restorations that interact with us as collectors would be things like the 4K upgrade for To Catch a Thief, Hitchcock fan here. Before that, she also did High Noon, the Kino release in conjunction with Paramount. But one of my top studio releases of the year was her team's restoration of White Christmas. I've already watched that 3 times. I watched it before my conversation with them. I watched it again by myself, didn't tell my wife. And then once all my kids were home, it's one of our favorite Christmas movies. We sat down Christmas night, or maybe the night after, and watched it together. And it was like a quote along, a sing along. It was a beautiful thing. Another one for me, as I mentioned, a Hitchcock fan. I was really, really impressed with the restoration of North by Northwest for the 4K release that Warner Brothers did. So it's one of my favorite top 5 Hitchcock movies. There's a scene where there's a top down of the United Nations building in New York City, and it looked like a still shot, every frame a painting. as that famous YouTube channel says. I loved it. It was such an excellent transfer. It's an old movie, so of course there's going to be grain, but it's perfect grain structure. I'm not going to get into the technical aspects of it, but it was a great release, great thing. And the only new, it's not even new, but recent movie I would say that I really enjoyed, and it's sad because none of the 2023, 2024 releases were in my top. That's Twister, the original, not Twisters with the S, but the original Twister. I know some people are talking about how green it looks and all that, but if the director says that's the way it's supposed to look, and since living in the Midwest, I could tell you it does get that green sometimes when you have a tornado coming. So yes, that movie was great. It gave my theater system a workout in the tornado scenes. I could tell you this: Twisters, plural, sequel 2024 movie, that 4K disc sucks in compared to Twister, the old movie, Helen Hunt, the late great Bill. That's a better choice. So what are yours? Add it in the chat. I'll continue with the comments here. Still talking some horror movies here. People are still adding on. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, I lost my place. Give me a second. Let me go back up. I knew I should have hit star before I did. Okay, I'm here. We were talking about Joker 2. There we go. That's not it. Love the chat going. I used to be a Crash offender until I rewatched it. Yeah. Like people used to say, that didn't deserve all that Oscar love. And I was like, yeah, it did. But it really did not upon rewatch. Oh, yes, I forgot. You're a big Azrael fan. You were hyping that movie up before we saw it. And it was really cool. That was another thing. I'm going to keep talking about Panic Pets because that was probably my movie moment of the year as far as like movie going. We got a chance to see Azrael before it came out. And while I would have liked Samara Weaving to be there, we had the writer there. And the cool thing about it is the writer of Azrael was there in the big theater while his other movie that was currently out in the theaters, Godzilla X Kong New Empire, was playing in the theater right next door. So here he is in a movie theater that holds just 4 movies, you know, as far as multiplexes, and he had 2 movies shown at the same time. That's a flex right there. That was so cool. I need to rewatch Azrael to get what you got out of it, but it was a fun experience. It was a fun experience. Fireworks in Houston. Y'all got a few hours, but keep it going. Keep it going. Looking forward to seeing Nosferatu, but not expecting any action from Eggers film, except Northman. Yeah. You know what you're going into. You know what to expect. With all the criticism I gave it, I would still say I'm between the 4 right now. I would rank it which Nosferatu for its technical excellence, Northman, Lighthouse, and that's subject to change like the day or the year. Let's see. Big Rod in the house saying hello, happy new year, stay safe. Definite. From what I hear, the Shush cut comes with a black and white cut of it. Okay, so going back to talking about Hush, yeah, I'm putting in my order tomorrow. Todd is just sitting in the cart there. So, what was the most underrated film of the year? Ooh, someone asked me that the other day, and I would say I'll go back to Oddity because I really feel for as good as it is, not enough people heard about it or saw it. So, definitely. Top 5 4K releases of 2024. We're going through it slowly but surely. We're talking studio right now, so add yours in, and we'll get to boutiques and steelbooks in a little while. But let's start off with the studio releases. I'm trying to get to it here. Let's see. Transformers 1 was a nice release. I heard that, Fun Bobby. I did hear that. I heard that for one, that steelbook is pretty. I wouldn't get it without seeing the movie because it's really all about the film. I love everyone who collects steelbook collectors, all that good stuff. Slips, no slips, whatever. Appreciate the movie. First and foremost, it's about the movie. But I heard that it's a fun time, so I got to check it out. My man Timmy, Tim Talks Talkies in the house. Howdy, man. I have to say that I am happy that there are people here that I've come to know from just being a consumer of their content to actually calling them friends. Tim, you, April, you are friends. And I love seeing your content pop up when I go on YouTube. I love your passion. I said that to my wife just the other night from your latest video. I was watching it, and I said, he's really that passionate. Whether you're talking about prints, collectibles, or movies themselves, collecting, I turned to him and I said, he's that passionate. So stay true to you, man. Got love for you. For sure. For sure. Boo, 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 boo. What else is going on? Everyone's saying hi. Yeah, Bill Paxton. Yeah. Two releases this year that really made me miss him was, say what you want about the Aliens release. It was great to hear Game Over, man, once again on a 4K to top it off. And then, as I mentioned, Twister. We miss you, for sure. Let's see. Big fan of Second Sight this year. We will talk about the boutiques, but we'll just throw yours out there for now. Creep. Yep. Blair Witch Project, Hitcher, Late Night with the Devil, grab Late Night Umbrella as well. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I don't want to double dip, but I'm thinking about it. Somebody said Trini's in here. Where is he? I don't have my Yankees fitted on, but salute to you, my man. I got my go watch a movie hat on. I don't see where you're at, but somebody just said hi, Trini, so I know he's in here. Culture Trini in the house. Let's see. Yeah, me too. Slow buying year for me. Favorite physical media was Short Scope Volume 3. I didn't even cop that. I didn't cop Volume 3 yet. I was waiting for like some ridiculous Arrow sale that never happened. So maybe next year. I know it's still going to be around, so I'm definitely going to do that. Azrael, so good, one of our favorites as well. I gotta give it another chance. I really do. I gotta give it another chance. We got Garrett from Born to Be Rad. 1/3 of the Rad Pack. Happy New Year, my dude. Happy New Year, Chatsky. Stay safe, stay rad. Stay rad, my man. Always good to see you. Check out the Rad Pack if you have not followed them already. Check out the Rad Pack podcast channel on YouTube, on podcasts, all that good stuff. Got love for them. Rad Pack reunion coming 2025, Panic Fest. I'm speaking that into existence. We got 2/3 in. We need the third member of the Rad Pack to show up in Kansas City late March, early April. Make it happen, G. All I care about is you YouTubers and my entire subscriber community. Yeah, it boils down to that, Sarah. You got it right. You guys are a part of people's lives, whether you realize it or not. You're a content creator. You're someone who loves to be up in the chat, checking in on everybody, saying hi to everybody, sharing what you saw and what you got. This all works together, So I'm a consumer and I'm also a creator. I'm a conversationalist, but I'm also there with my questions. And whether it's somebody big, say what you want about whoever, it all works together because for every Jeff Rossio films at home, you have a John Doe Juggalo, you have someone who doesn't even have a YouTube channel, but they're a member of this community through Instagram or TikTok or what have you. It all works together because, like I said earlier, we love movies, right? That's what we're doing here. I don't care if you have no movies on your shelf, you have all slips, all steals, none. You buy new, you buy used, you only buy on sale, you only stream. It's all about the movies, right? I'll keep saying that. Godzilla minus one. That was one of the first movies I checked out this year. I did the minus one minus color in the theater, and then that's another one with the multiple releases. I don't know which one to get. So right now I don't have any on physical. If you could tell me which one is the best, the Toho, the Amazon, the Walmart, I don't even know which exclusives exist, but point me in the right direction. I need you people. I'm going to finish up 2024 with 328 movies watched. Nice, nice. Definitely got to get in on that. Did you participate in I don't know what that is. Please tell me. Yeah, we lost some good people this year. Olivia Hussey, if you know her from Romeo and Juliet, you saw it in English class like me, or Black Christmas, or any of her other movies that she starred in. Yeah, lost a few good people. And then even within the YouTube community, we lost David, 4K Lowdown. That hit me hard because we had just made that cross, from just being like social media friends to being personal friends. And, we did the same thing for work and everything. So almost same age. So all those things hit me personally kind of close to home. So yeah, hold on to your loved ones. That's what I say. Let's see. Got a hotel room headed downstairs for a party. Don't have to drive. Enjoy the rest of the stream. Happy New Year to all. Happy New Year, Dell, to you and your family. That's a great way to ring in the new year, my man. Hot take, the Aliens 4K looked great to me. I enjoyed it. I'll tell you a personal story. One of the things I did this year was I finally, with the help of Mr. Tony and his persistence with me, and with the help of Justin from the Rad Pack, hooking me up with like different lights and display ideas and all that, I finally got my basement set up. So I got my big LG TV and I got all my shelves up, put my movies up for the most part. I lost a shelf, but I started doing this thing where I would do movie dates with friends and family, but mostly friends. And it was called Movie Dinner Movie. Self-explanatory. Come over, we watch a movie, we partake in a meal together, we watch another movie, kick your ass out. But it was fun, and I was able to enjoy some movies together. And one of the ones that we checked out was when I got the Aliens 4K. And then it was that same night, after a great fettuccine Alfredo made by Mrs. KB, we watched Benji, the original from the 70s. And the funniest thing happened. We put it on, and my dog freaked out because on this big 83-inch LG TV was another dog, and he freaked out. He watched the whole movie intently, sitting down. At certain points, he would hop up and run up to the TV like he was communicating with the two dogs in the movie. It was the cutest thing, a memory I'm going to hold. Like, if I'm not going to do one of those year in review with the photo collages and the videos and all that. I'm too old for that. But if I was, that moment would be in there because I thought that was so funny. So funny. Had fun with that. Yeah, I enjoyed the Aliens 4K. Let's see. Yeah, we lost a lot of great stars. Which one has shocked you the most? I don't know. This life is precious. I don't take anything for granted. So if somebody goes, I don't say it's a shock. But sometimes the way people go is more of a shock than Who goes? I don't know. Can't call that one. What's your perfect breakfast? One I don't have to make or clean up afterwards. Just put it in front of me. I just want to eat. I love breakfast too, so definitely. Big channels still need the little channels doing content. It's ebb and flow. You got that right. It's very true. And there's a lot going on. I don't know. I don't like it, but I think the encouragement from the big channels help the little channels grow, self included. I still see myself as a little channel. I'm not monetized. I don't have 1,000 subscribers or more. I'm still a little channel, but every time I bring someone on and they do some type of, cross promotion or whatever it is, it helps me grow because it gives new eyes an opportunity to see what we do here. And whether it's a conversation or any other type of content, it's good. And I'm like Mika was saying earlier, consistency. Consistency will keep people coming back. So would I like to have 10 or 100,000? Sure. But I'd like to be consistent and have people come back consistently even more. Favorite movie I watch on Tubi? I watch a couple of old movies on Tubi. I don't watch any of the new content. I don't. I look for, if I can't find something, I look for it on Tubi or Pluto or any of those. So I watch more old movies on there. I did watch a couple of movies on Screenbox. I had that for a while this year, and I canceled it. Shudder is enough for me as far as like the horror movies and all that stuff. But Tubi's free, Pluto's free. So I've checked out a couple of older things on there. But that's it. Another great horror movie you don't hear anyone talking about is New Life. Haven't seen that one. So definitely need to add that to the list. Fell under the radar. We loved it. Gotta add that. Gotta add that because y'all know what y'all be watching. That's for sure. Oh, wait a minute. Is that the one with just the 3 characters in it? My man Aldo was one of them. I gotta check that out. Tell me if I'm right. David was a huge loss for our community. He is missed. Yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. Love the original Benji movie. Yeah, my childhood too, man. It was just, my pets are like my second generation of kids, and just to see him freak out like that, Lando was loving it. So I love that. Plan on expanding my horror taste. Talk to me. Great movie. I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed that because underlining the movie itself and all the interactions with the hand was a great story of grief. There's a lot of grief in that movie, so for sure. Uh, Karen and I were just talking about how much it meant to be able to stream with David last summer for Night Country. Yeah, always supported the two of them. Great heart. Yeah, 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 man. Just feed me. I can cook, but I love when someone else cooks for me. My daughter says, "You want something to eat?" And I'm like, "Yeah," because in the morning I'm just conscious enough of coffee. Anything past that is like, can you just put a plate in front of me? Bagel, scrambled eggs, pancakes. I love pancakes. Belgian waffle. You know, give me all. I want it all. Let's see. KB's on the way to 1K. It will happen soon. I hope so. Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, 83 inches. Quick story about that. So when we moved into our new place, I was told the basement was mine. So I set up a computer area for work, another monitor, took up a personal computer for live streaming, all that. Got my microphone, my cameras, all that good stuff. And I had space for my shelving, and I was going to get a new TV. I originally wanted a projector, but we couldn't do that because it wouldn't be the complete thing of what I wanted to do. And I took my wife to look at some furniture. And as we were leaving, the electronics department was downstairs. I said, "Let me show you the TV I want to get." So I'm looking around. They had the LG OLEDs on display. But of course, at the time, they only had the largest one on display, which was 83 inch. And I pointed to it, and my wife said, "Is this the one you want?" I was like, I'm not getting that one. I'm getting the 77 because, I'm just thinking budget wise, blah, blah, blah." She's like, "What's wrong with this one?" I was like, "Nothing." She's like, "Just get this one. It's bigger, right?" And I turned to her and I said, "I love you." So that's how I got the 83-inch LG OLED. I really was going for the 77, trying to be budget conscious because I knew I was about to buy a whole bunch of 4Ks when I got my new TV. If you get a new OLED TV this year, past years, next year, rewatch some of those 4Ks that you haven't seen in a while. You will have a new experience. If you've never watched a movie on an OLED screen, especially, I'm in love with the LGs. My best friend is a Samsung fiend. I'm an LG fiend. Movies appear different on an OLED. And as Movies with Ryan discovered this year, if you watch Drive on 4K, it's a new experience. It's a new experience. So, yeah, quick little story there. I'm gonna get you to one. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Make sure it's quality people. That's all I want. I want people that will come back. For sure, for sure. We got Married with Media in the house. Happy New Year, Michelle. Good to see you, my friend. Great year for both Mid-Level Media and Married with Media, two great channels that work great together. And I love to see Michelle expanding out, doing the shorts and the TikToks and all that good stuff. So happy holidays to you, Ken, the kids, and all the best for 2025. Love to see you, Shell. Let's see. It's all about supporting each other. Thanks for always being so kind. Come on, sis. You and Ken were the first of our live streams, encouraged us to step out. That's the one thing. You, Jeff, Corey, I love to see people who I'm so used to seeing in chats just strike out on their own, because we all have content to share. I'm a big believer in that. Share your content. Share your content. And I love being there. Sometimes, honestly, it's just a few people. I don't care. I just love sharing it. Um, if you love Kill, I did enjoy that. Twilight of the Warriors wailed in. Send that to me on Instagram, friends. I want to add that to my wish list. I'm just not in a position to do that right now. But I did. If you haven't watched Kill, it gets a little repetitive, but it's a fun action movie on a train, which means close hand combat. Good stuff. Good stuff. Every day I found out it shocked me about David. I never stopped crying. It really tore me apart big time. I don't do that since my grandma last year before. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. And yeah, it's hard for sure. Do I like Any Given Sunday? Willie Beeman? Of course. Love that movie. I checked out that Jamie Foxx. I can't even call it stand up. It was more like a sermon than a stand up. But when he started doing his different characters and he mentioned Willie Beeman, I enjoyed that. Let's see. To be honest, I don't want to hear anyone's review or opinion about a 4K disc if they don't have an OLED dedicated player. It does make a difference. It's a different way, but at the same time, if someone gives you a review of something and they have an OLED and a dedicated player, not a Xbox or a PS5 or whatever, they could have a Panasonic UB whatever, and they could have a dope OLED TV, and they tell you it looks great, and then they go to watch it and they don't have that same kind of setup. May differ in opinion. I could tell you one of my resolutions as far as this channel is less technical reviews and more movie reviews. So if I'm talking about something, I'm going to be talking about movies. I'm not going to be talking about the technical aspects. You got Blu-ray.com, and you can look at Amazon site for all that stuff. But a lot of it doesn't matter. I mean, compression matters. The difference between a 100 gig disk and less than that matters, but for most people, the other stuff don't. Tell them if it's a good movie or not. I think that's what people want to hear. And if you say your opinion, if it's worth an upgrade, from a DVD or Blu-ray to a 4K, that's something different. But yeah, yeah, I get where you're coming from, Jeff, though. Rest in peace, David. 4K Lowdown and Faces for Radio, all his great channels and ideas. May his movie scoring system live. Yes. And add to his legacy by learning more of his great work. Yeah, definitely go back and watch some of those episodes of Faces for Radio. You could even listen to them. There are podcasts as well. And yeah, keep the legacy alive for sure, for sure. I am going to put a star in this one right here. And I'm going to go back. Let's switch it up with the banners. We've done studio releases, and we kind of hinted at it. Tell me your favorite boutique label releases. And I have to tell you, I'm doing all these, and I could tell you, I have not bought everything. I have not seen everything. I'm just telling you from what I've seen, what I have enjoyed. So, giving you three of my favorites of the year. I think one of them was already mentioned, but the cinematography release of Little Darlings was the best VSU release that wasn't done by a VSU release. I really enjoyed that movie, starting with the movie itself with Tatum O'Neal and Chrissy McNichol. And I haven't seen it in ages. I think VHS was the last time I seen it, taking it back that far. So it was great to rewatch a movie, but I really enjoyed the transfer, all the packaging. It really felt like a VSU. So I understand the person who started this label has been in the game for a while. So it was really, that was the first one that they put out. So really great start. Arrow, one of my favorite boutique labels of the year, brought out two movies that I grew up on, the Conan Chronicles, Conan the Barbarian, Conan the Destroyer. And of course, Destroyer was newer and they had a better copy, so that looked better. But it was great to see the way Conan the Barbarian looked and the packaging and the decision to sell them separately or together. Great idea. Great marketing move by Arrow. Arrow did a lot of great releases this year. But even more than that, I think for me, my favorite was Second Sight. They posted something on Twitter the other day showing all their releases for the year, and I said to myself, "Wow, I didn't realize it, but I picked up half of these this year." And even though I kind of moved away from the chunky box sets, for the most part, I enjoyed all of the releases that I got this year from them. There wasn't any that I said, this was, okay or piss poor or whatever. But out of all of them, I'm with everybody else. The Hitcher was great. The Hitcher was such a great release. So go ahead and add that to your chat. Favorite boutique label releases of the year. We'll keep this going. Boom, 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 boom. There's a star. Cool. Yeah, Jeff, I enjoyed having you on, man. As soon as you started posting, it was like I enjoyed your content. I enjoyed your personality, everything. So I just wanted to know more about you. Every conversation you see I have is just about me wanting to know more about the person and their love for movies. And it starts from there and it goes from there. So I don't see it as really giving you a chance. It's just reaching out and sharing that love of movies. So, and I still like the idea about doing a roundtable on the video games and their adaptations. We'll definitely get that going one of these days. Did I enjoy the language in Kill as well? I didn't dislike it. I mean, it was a foreign movie because it's not in English. So, yeah. Something wrong with me. KB's Zolan stories got my mouth watering. Bro, I am not AB's, I'm not one of these stereophile people. I enjoy AB. I For a while I was into home theater. I used to go to demos, outdoor demos of like subs and all that. Or, when people would have home theater tours where you go from one house to the other, I've done a couple of those. But I do love the way an OLED looks. So nothing is wrong with you, bro. I'm right there with you. I'm talking now, I'm watering, so I'm right there with you. Are you excited for the summer rental special edition releasing in 2020? I like John Candy movies. So yeah, I think it'll be fun. I'm not looking. There he is. Culture training in the house. My man. Salute, salute, salute. Nikki! Nikki Stockdale, one of my personal friends. Haven't seen you in a while, girl. How you been? So happy for you to join us. Always good to see you. We need to get together. That's the other thing. Reconnections, friends, family, even. Definitely coming in 2025. Need to go on like another photo shoot or something. It's been a minute. I have Any Given Sunday, a couple of versions on DVD and Blu-ray. Maybe I'll make another special edition, more special features. I'd like to see a sequel or a TV show of that. That'd be interesting. That'd be interesting. You didn't know about David passing away? Oh man, I gotta move. My leg is falling asleep. Yeah. Check. I want to say check Turner Fan 77's channel. They did a nice little tribute to him after he passed, and had a couple of his friends on. We also did kind of like I could only say it's like a telethon when we were raising money for his GoFundMe, and just having some memories with him. And he joined in for a little while, then he got tired and he had to go, but it was good. We were just talking about movies, and that's what he loved the most. The man loved his horror movies, but he just loved movies on a whole. So yeah. Everyone saying hi to Trini. Alpha Stone needs a new revitalization. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's moved on from writing and directing. Not sure, but we have Scarface, so that's always good. Excited for Bellinger. Man, yeah. I'll say yeah. That team loves to get people after they were hot for a minute. And I think we're gonna, even though we only had him for a little while, we're gonna miss Soto. That's all I'll say. Favorite summer comedies. Wet Hot Summer. Grease. Even though that's more like during the school year. It starts off summer. There's a couple of them. That's all I could think of. I love My Studio Canal Third. Oh man. I love that movie. And I waited for the longest time for Criterion to get the rights back and do the 4K. And I won't say with which movies, but I got burned twice buying studio canals and then Criterion announcing that they were doing it here in the States. So I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see if Criterion puts out a 4K of The Third Man. Maybe in July. That's always their hot month. If you haven't noticed, besides the Barnes & Noble sales, July and November are the strongest month for Criterion releases. Go back years, you'll see it. You'll see it. One Crazy Summer is a fun one. I do enjoy that one. I do enjoy that one. Thanks for the check-in, man. Thanks for joining us. Just to continue on, everyone's favorite subject to love or hate. Favorite Steelbook releases. Again, I didn't get everything. I think I didn't get a lot. I saw the other day Jake over at Steelbook Obsessed said there were 216 or 215 Steelbook US releases for the year, and he had half of them. Salute, my dude. Salute. I mentioned Nightmare on Elm Street. I'm only going to give you one more. And I'm happy because this was something that was gifted to me. The Wonka 4K Steelbook is a piece of art. The embossing, debossing, the way it looked like a candy box. You open it up, the inside looked like more candy. Nothing about the movie. Nothing. If you buy the slip, you got Timothy Chalamet as Wonka on the cover. Nobody else. Okay, we get it. He's the attraction. Take him away and add candy, and you get that steelbook. That steelbook is excellent. You always want something above par. And I don't need spot glossing on every steelbook and debossing and embossing. But when you have that all and you have a unique theme or idea or concept, yeah, that Wonka. And I know people have other ones and Terminator and all that stuff. Great. I didn't get everything. Lionsgate, I think they still had a great year, but they've fallen off compared to those Best Buy years of past. I mentioned him before. I know for a fact, so far, MaxiFunk has 6 steelbooks lined up for 2025. I have an idea of 2 of them, just from him dropping hints on his stories. Nothing personal or whatever, but I want to see what kind of heat he's bringing for sure. Yeah, that UK Nightmare on Elm Street steelbook, my favorite. My favorite. That and Wonka. Those two are my favorite. Because of one of your recommendations, bought the Before Trilogy Blu-ray box set. I plan on watching it for my birthday. One of my favorite criterions. That box set is beautiful. Those movies are beautiful. Every once in a while, somebody will post something where they show like a particular scene from each movie, probably with them walking and talking, because a lot of it is dialogue driven. And I just like fall in love with those movies all over again. I'm a romantic, so those movies get to me every time. And it also covers the reality of relationships. So love those movies. Also, Eternal Sunshine and Spotless Mind, another one that's up there for me. So yes, hope you enjoy. Stardust is a beautiful steelbook. Shout out to my co-host Kate. She's the one that put me up on Stardust. I remember when that steelbook came out. It's pretty. Talk about pretty. Dark Crystal was about the prettiest I got. Thanks for showing it, Tony. But I love Galaxy Quest. A lot of people love Galaxy Quest. I didn't pick that up yet. I might end up doing the slip, but I think the steelbook is the one that has the Atmos, but not the regular version. So I might have to try to find the steelbook if it's still available. There'll be January sales now. Yeah, that sounds weird, but there will be. Do you think the last Boy Scout will get a steelbook? I don't know. I don't hear a lot of people talking about that, but I do think we're going to get a resurgence of movies starring Bruce. We're going to get a lot of Bruce Willis resurgence coming for some reason. I won't say what it is. Yeah, Movie Hunter, 200 plus steelbooks this year. Impossible for me to choose a top one. Yes, you can. Give me 3 or 5, because you're the other Mr. Steelbook. You and Jake. Give me some of them. Give me some of them. Some of your favorites. It's not the top, it's your favorites. Favorite steelbooks, Drive. A lot of people like that. I can't double dip on that movie. That's Stuck Inside is too perfect for me. Shaun of the Dead. I didn't even see that steelbook. That Kill one is a good Lionsgate. Major League, that's up there for me too. And the Terminator. There you go. I'll agree with you regarding Mr. Willis and his movies. Yeah. While you guys are adding more stuff to the chat, I do have another question that was submitted. What are you proud of this year, and what surprised you? Thank you for the question, Miss Becker. Let's see. I could talk about proud moments in different ways. Personally, health, always important to me. So I wouldn't say I'm proud of my health, but maintenance of health is a big thing for me. Movie wise, I'm really proud at how independent movies were thriving this year, while studios continue to scramble and crash and burn and have big movies flop. You take a look, I mentioned it before, Terrifier 3, $2 million budget, and they earn worldwide almost 90 million. That's that's a big profit. And it's also the biggest profit of the year as far as percentages, independent or studio releases. And it did without a studio because no studio would let you put that out these days. But studios are looking for the sure thing. And the more you try to go for the sure thing, the more you miss. Sequels, adaptations, lacks originality. Say what you want about an A24 or Neon, they go for original movies, and it shows. Um, as far as what surprised me, and I think this is a good time to bring it up, I would say that as the movie loving community, that's how I'll put it. The movie loving community, as I said, whether you stream, go to the movies, or you're a physical media collector, as that continues to decrease, and especially from the idea of being content creators here on YouTube and other platforms, as we continue to decrease in numbers and we need each other more, the thing that surprised me the most is the amount of people that are just not showing love for each other. I'll just put it like that. I've heard words like toxic thrown around. I've seen content creators make fun of other content creators, not behind the scenes like they normally do, but like making content about other people that's not in a positive light. And my question is, do you want to encourage people to stop making content? I mean, we could all come up with one reason or another that, we're hurt people as a whole. Society, we're a bunch of hurt people. And unfortunately, hurt people hurt people. But at the same time, we all love movies. And, community has become a dirty word this year because people feel excluded or they feel this and that person is cliquish and all that. Do you love movies? Me too. That's my community. You're on here, you're making content, I watch, or you hate each other. Why? There's no reason to make fun of people or hate on people. If you don't like their content, don't watch. There's people that I've subscribed to, and their content sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. I watch it. I watch it, and I give them a like. I could tell you every time I watch one of your videos, before your intro finishes, I hit the like button. Before your live stream starts, I hit the like button. I pop in midstream, I hit the like button. And my comment is always the same. Sup, party people? And I start off that way. And I don't understand it. Now more than ever, we are a niche. We are a niche market, and we need each other. Like Jeff said before, the big channels need the little channels. But what we don't need is making fun of each other publicly, talking about each other, going on other platforms to talk about each other. We don't really even need, hey, so and so mentioned you on blah blah blah, because that's a form of hate too. I don't get it. And the thing I'm talking about is not directed at me, although I've heard that there's people that don't like me. There's people I don't like. It's all good, but the whole thing about it is I'm not making content about the people that don't like me, and I'm not making content about the people I don't like. I don't get that. Do we like movies? Me too. That's where the focus should be. You like physical media? Me too. You like streaming movies? Me too. You love going to the movies? Psh, me too. That's where the focus should be. I don't understand what people are calling the toxic community and all that. this person's cliquish. I don't get any of that, because at the end of the day, you don't want to turn on YouTube one day and have nothing to watch, or create content and no one like it, or no one comments on it because they deem you as a hater. I don't get that. So that's the biggest surprise for me, that we're becoming a smaller and smaller unit. There's people who are making content 366 days ago that are not making it today. Not because, well, I don't do big calls anymore, so I'm not making content, just because life happens. And I don't see the need for less of us. I see the need for more of us. Don't drive people away just because you feel like being funny, or you're jealous or hating on people. It's not needed. Thanks for the question. I'm going to be on here a few more minutes, and then I'm going to go and join the festivities. Thank you for everyone who's been hanging out. And still more people coming in. I just saw Ben Grimm hop in here. What's up, my man? Yeah, that bothers me. Anime of the year will be Solo Leveling. That's a promise. I'll hold you to that, my man. Seen Honora. Yes, I enjoyed it. Mikey Madison, great performance. Sad tale. Sad tale, but great story. Sean Baker is an interesting director and writer. I love anything that he's put out so far. Tangerine is still up there for me. Like I said, I watched it for one of my alternate Christmas movies recently. And yeah, he's gotten another one on his hand. I hope she gets some love come award season. So be good. Would I rather eat a good burger or Mystic Pizza? Mystic Pizza, for sure. Fell out of love with it all. You know what? As long as you love the movies, man. As long as you love the movies and you check on your people. That's the important stuff right there, for real. We got Steve in here. Happy New Year. I love movies. Yeah, let's make that the theme for this year. Everyone, just say I love movies. I like that. Everybody just said I love movies. Thanks, Nick. All right. Top 5 steelbooks from the man himself. Moon Knight. Ooh, that was a good one. Killer Clowns. That's a Mexi funk right there. Drive. You guys are trying to make me double dip on Drive so bad. Ride or Die. That was a good one. I checked it out at my best friend's house over Thanksgiving. Galaxy Quest, another one. Somebody got an extra copy of Galaxy Quest and Blair Witch. Send it my way. Tony adds, we do need each other. I need all of you, and I appreciate all of you. You know me, sir. I got love for you, and I got love for your channel. And we wish you all the best in the new year. Praying for your health. And yeah, check out Basement Blues if you haven't before. He's a good man. Yeah. See, there's more of us. I put a like on most videos within 10 seconds. This is how I see it, man. I put the like, and if you don't have crappy content, it stays there. But if I don't like what you posted, then I could take that like back. But I always started off with it. Love movies, all of it. Yeah. I'm never gonna be anti-streaming, or I'm never gonna stop my AMC A-list. I love going to the movies. I love watching movies. I finally put a Blu-ray player in my living room, but before that, I would stream in my living room, and I'd watch my physical media in the basement on the big screen. So, yeah, we don't get it either. True, true, true. Oh, Tiana showed up. I already answered your question, but good to see you. Good to see you in the chat. Happy New Year to you and yours. I wouldn't even know that KB doesn't like somebody. He doesn't say anything to anyone about it, like an adult should. It's me who has a problem. That's the whole thing. If I don't like somebody, or I don't like their content, I'm the one with the problem. Why would I turn around and put out content about me not liking someone? or even worse, me making fun of that person's content. Who's got the problem at that point? Always enjoyed your live streams, enjoying various aspects of your collection. Yeah, Tony. Tony is the man. He's the table, as we call him. He's a, he's the table. I don't even watch those hater videos. I refuse to give them a watch and encourage those type of people. Yeah, I don't even know about some of them until I hear someone else making a reference to it. Unfortunately, now, there's content on Reddit and all that. And I can understand different people from different platforms don't necessarily know each other, and it's easy to become a butt of someone else's jokes. But behind each of these cameras, there are real people. So hurt dogs holler, but you don't have to hurt each other, especially in a community like this. We're small, we're mighty. Kenneth, what's up? Happy New Year, my man. Was giving you and Michelle some love earlier. Always good to see you. Love your content. And that's not me being hyperbolic or anything. So case in point. Case in point. I heard that Funny Girl Criterion's pretty good, Sarah. I got to check it out one of these days. Shout out to James on 20th and 21st Movies. He has become my Criterion expertise along with Daisuke Beppe. Definitely coming in 2025 to the conversation. I'm speaking that into existence. I'm manifesting it. The only negativity I tolerate is the occasional rant about industry trends. Yeah, I don't enjoy people hurting people. You know what? When you talk about industry trends, I think that's how you're truly being a consumer, because you're talking about the big machine. You're talking about the studios, which used to be the 6 studios, and now they're even less than that. When you control, it used to be that studios control the studios and the theaters until they had to break that up. Now they control the studios and the streaming services. So it's just a new iteration of that. So if I want to say Disney content is crap, that's not taking money out of Disney's pocket. But if you're making fun of someone who's another YouTuber, that's taking away subscribers, taking away views. There's no reason for it. Don't get it. I don't get it. This year has been a great year for movies. It has, and that's what we've been talking about for almost the last two hours. How everything has been pretty great for this year. Everyone's complaining less movies and things were just in the theater. Now it's on a premium VOD and streaming. I just heard about Juror Number 2, and now it's on Max. Stuff like that. So, yeah. But we need to support the movies, and we need to support each other. Boo, 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 boo. If I saw thoughts on Substance, one of my favorite movies of the year. I mentioned it earlier. It's a great story about, great body horror, all that good stuff on the surface, but it's a great story about how women are really expected to be in this society. And, instead of like fighting against the machine because they can't, they beat themselves up. How much money is spent on things like makeup and age-defying cream and all this stuff, and how many people would take the substance if they could. It's a shame, but it's what has come to be. What is this? Hurt A24 has a new movie shooting now, slated for 2026. Acid Mountain, about a woman that tests on people with acid and then mass and straitjackets them on cliffs with knives. Woo! That sounds crazy. Oh, favorite kill scene of the year in a violent nature. I will add that. All right. As we get ready to land this plane, channel update. So, not going anywhere. Garrett is convinced he'll get me to 1,000 subscribers. Thank you in advance. But just some things that I look forward to in the new year as far as goals and aspirations. Um, as I mentioned before, especially for Prince, I am bringing back the date movie shuffle roulette, which is basically all the movies that I want my wife to see. I put it on the wheel and we let fate decide which movie we're going to watch, and then we talk about it. Um, we're going to have a couple of new series. The conversation is always going to be there. I'm going to bring back the round table because that was a lot of fun. Just instead of just having the one-on-one format, having a one-to-many, and me getting a chance to be more of a moderator. And there's a lot of topics that I want to cover. And one of the things we're going to do is we're going to have discussions about originals and remakes, kind of like a spy versus spy kind of thing. As I mentioned before, there's going to be more focus on movies and less on the physical media aspects. I'm still a collector, so it's still going to be there, but it's going to be reflected in that for sure. I want to thank this person who just walked in front of me. Mrs. KB is in the room here, for always being supportive of all this.
What's all that?
All this, the YouTube, the physical media collecting, the big appearance on the credit card once a month as I order my things from other countries. I'm grateful for you. That's all we got to say.
There you go.
There you go.
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to whoever hears my voice out there.
Oh, okay.
I'm just doing a live stream. Tiana says, "Hey, Mrs. KB."
Hey, hey.
She says, "Hey, back." And Nikki Stockdale is in here. She smiles. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, we're gonna have more conversations, more roundtables. I'm also taking the conversation to podcasting. So I'm starting. We're still gonna have the center seat whenever Kate and I can get together, but I'm going to turn present and past conversations into podcast episodes. For everyone who has said to me that they drive around and they listen to the conversations in their car, just open up their phone and stream it to their car to listen to it. It does play well for audio only format. So we're going to make it official and we're going to have the conversation as a podcast in 2025. So I want to thank everyone who popped in here. The numbers had stayed strong for the last 2 hours. And once again, I want to wish everyone a blessed new year. Oh, my daughter just texted me to say she watched A Complete Unknown, the Bob Dylan, Timothy Chalamet movie.
Oh, my.
Yeah. I love that I made movie fans out of my kids. But I want to thank everyone for your support in this past year since the channel begun. I wish you all a blessed 2025. Come back. We'll have new conversations starting in the first full week of January. I'm going to have some exciting guests, hopefully new people to you, and just get to know more movie lovers. And like I said, we're all going to adapt the theme. I love movies. Just put that somewhere. Put that in your Instagram. Put that in your content when you put stuff out there. I love movies because you may love collecting, you may love streaming, you may love going to the movies, but we all love movies and we need to love each other. That's my hippy dippy line for the night. So, love you all. Peace. Peace. Thank you. Let's bring in the new year right. Go watch a movie. Have a good night, everyone. Happy New Year.